Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. For franchise-altering decisions the Heat have to make this offseason. The Heat had a significant amount of problems as to why they were once again a play-in team, but the two that have stood out are offense and a backup big man behind Bam. The Heat must decide which direction they want to go with their 15th pick. Going with the scoring guard may be risky, considering that the Heat have Terry Rozier, Tyler Herro, and Duncan Robinson all locked in for next season. However, Miami ranked 26th in scoring this season, only putting up 110.1 ppg, which is the worst of any team who made the postseason. Options Miami could go with include Devin Carter from Providence, Jacoby Walter out of Baylor, Jared McCain from Duke, Isaiah Collier from USC, and potentially Nikola Topic or Cody Williams if they were to fall. Miami could go that route or decide to take a backup big. For years, it has been challenging to find the perfect center that could come in and produce when Bam Adebayo is on the bench, from Dwayne Dedmon to Thomas Bryant, and even trying Kevin Love at the 5, nothing has worked consistently since the departure of Kelly Olynyk in 2021 via the Victor Oladipo trade. The obvious option in the first round would be Zach Edey, the 7'4" phenom and two-time Wooden Award winner out of Purdue. Edey used his size efficiently to finish at the rim and can anchor a defense, being both a shot blocker and a reliable rebounder. Miami will have to decide whether scoring or big man depth is more valuable when they are on the clock next week. An NBA draft freefall could leave Heat with decisions similar to Karen Butler, Justice Winslow. Part of NBA draft preparation is being prepared for the unexpected, an element the Miami Heat have had considerable experience with over the years. This time around, they're prepared. Even while holding the number 15 pick in the first round on June 26, the Heat have worked out a player who at one point was projected as the potential number 1 pick. It has been that type of whirlwind for Ron Holland, a 6'6" athlete who already is viewed with the type of defensive chops to contribute immediately for Eric Spoelstra's team, having honed his game this past season against pros with the NBA G League's Ignite. Typically, teams drafting at number 15 don't get such an opportunity for hands-on inspection of a player forecast to go dramatically earlier. But this year's draft is so balanced that number 5 on one team's board could land at number 15, or even beyond. Previously, the Heat in such situations simply allowed the draft currents to deliver a prospect without much in the way of pre-draft inspection. Such was the case with UConn's Karen Butler falling to them at number 10 in 2002 and Duke's Justice Winslow at number 10 in 2015. As recently as last month, the forecasting of former NBA executive John Hollinger had Holland as his number 1 pick in a piece for The Athletic. Instead, Holland also has been making the rounds with teams lower on the draft board. "It's a roller coaster of emotions," Holland said at last month's NBA Draft Combine in Chicago. At 18, Holland enters as a unique case study, both the youngest leading prospect in the draft, but also one already with professional experience. "I feel like I was able to show a lot with Ignite," he said, "just being that I was positionless in high school, and I feel like I'm the same with the Ignite, nothing really changed. But I was able to work on what I want to become in the NBA." In that regard, Holland will stand as a final case study, with the NBA having eliminated the Ignite program in light of the addition of pay-for-play in the NCAA. But Holland said getting to play against former NBA players, noting his matchups against former Heat foil Lance Stevenson, gave him a leg up on his next step. "Just playing against these vets that's playing 7 years in the NBA, they just know more. And I feel like I was able to hold my own," he said. "I feel like I can step on an NBA court, any team right now, and I'll be able to help them win and be able to help them thrive in the playoffs, in a regular season game. Anything the coach needs me to be able to do, I feel like I'll be able to do it." So who is Ron Holland? A dogged defender who has set his NBA goal as Defensive Player of the Year, as well as a slashing attacker with the type of athleticism the Heat currently lack. Klay Thompson is reportedly ready to test free agency market. Klay Thompson is reportedly preparing to explore all options in free agency, marking a significant moment in his career and the history of the Golden State Warriors. The 34-year-old guard, a key figure in the Warriors dynasty, is set to become an unrestricted free agent for the first time this summer, according to Shams Charania of The Athletic, who was speaking on Run It Back TV. This is something we've been talking about for months. For the first time in his career, really, Klay Thompson, I'm told, is open to all external options in free agency coming up. He intends to test free agency. We know the Warriors want him back. They offered him an extension before the start of the season. They're going to see if there can be a deal that gets done, but he's going to be there in the marketplace seeking offers elsewhere. Could Orlando step up? What team out there could step up for Klay Thompson? That is going to be the big question. But the Warriors will stay in touch with him and see exactly where he's going to end up going. If he does leave the Warriors that call with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr, that's going to be the most difficult call Klay Thompson's possibly made ever. Despite the Warriors' interest in retaining Thompson, negotiations have stalled since the end of the 2023-24 NBA season. The Warriors offered an extension before the season started, but no notable progress has been made since then. Thompson is now open to evaluating offers from other teams, indicating a willingness to potentially leave the Bay Area. Thompson's career has been marked by both incredible highs and significant challenges. A 5-time NBA All-Star and 2-time All-NBA selection, he played an integral role in Golden State's 4 championships over the past decade. But injuries sidelined him for 2 seasons, and since his return in January 2022, he has faced difficulties maintaining his previous level of performance, particularly in shooting consistency and defense. In the 2023-24 season, Thompson averaged 17.9 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game, with a 38.7% shooting rate from three-point range, one of his worst years to date. There is mutual interest between Thompson and the Orlando Magic, as well as reported interest from the Philadelphia 76ers. The Magic could offer a more prominent role and potentially a more lucrative contract, while the 76ers are looking for experienced shooters to complement their roster. Additionally, the Oklahoma City Thunder have emerged as a potential suitor, with their significant collection of draft picks available for a possible trade. Furthermore, the Los Angeles Lakers, the team of Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, have consistently been linked to him, adding another layer of intrigue to his free agency. Thompson's decision will likely hinge on financial considerations and the role offered by prospective teams. The Warriors extended Draymond Green last summer, and they aim for Thompson's contract to align in terms of years, albeit at a slightly lower salary. The Warriors' willingness to let Thompson test the market suggests they are prepared for a potential departure but remain hopeful of retaining him at the right price and role. As Thompson navigates free agency, his departure would mark the end of an era for the Warriors. The prospect of seeing Thompson, a franchise icon, in a different uniform underscores the ever-changing landscape of the NBA. For Thompson, this period represents a pivotal decision that could shape the final chapter of his illustrious career. Klay Thompson politely claps back at fan who tried to mock him for 0-10 game. The Miami Heat is interested in hiring Klay Thompson. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Klay Thompson? Leave your opinion in the comments.